Welcome to number 68, Chinuch at Home. Thank you, Yeshiva Darch Aliyah, and to Anytime on Chazak. So yesterday I got a little bit of feedback on the question of being vulnerable in front of our children. So let me clarify. Take any personality you want, especially talk to your kids about anyone. It could be Shlomo HaMelech. Did he make any mistakes? Kol shoyema Shlomo chata eino ela toya. Did David HaMelech make any mistakes? The same statement is made. However, what you really want to bring out is our greatest tzaddikim and tzidkaniyos, wherever they were criticized by Chazal, which is part of the Masorah, has to be a lesson for us that nobody is born a tzaddik and remains that way the rest of their lives. It just doesn't happen that way. There are very, very few individuals whose neshama came down here to be perfect in every which way. Extreme exceptions. So you can tell stories of any of our greatest tzaddikim and bring out that whenever they made a mistake, they did teshuvah and carried on. I think David HaMelech is probably the most resilient human being in world history, and perhaps for that reason, he actually created the DNA for the future dynasty of the Davidic Malchus, from which Mashiach is or will be born, because of this exact Nakuda. And this is really the bottom line, that you want your children to get from you as a human being. I struggle with my issues, and I carry on. I struggle with my ka'as, I struggle with my getting upset and not always being a vatran, easygoing about everything that's going on in the home, with my spouse and with my kids, or especially this particular kid. Struggle is reality. And that is not something to either cover up or avoid or pretend is not there. But neither does HaKadosh Baruch Hu want me to have overweight thinking about it and talking about my vulnerability and about my mistakes and beating myself up, especially in front of the children. Hashem wants us to move on. Made a mistake, start again. Made a mistake, start again. Move on. I'll give you what I think is one of the most amazing examples HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us, and this is based on Rambam. Rambam tells us whenever HaKadosh Baruch Hu speaks in the Torah, B'lashon B'nei Adam, using our language to understand him, Hashem will talk about himself as Erech Apayim, as having patience. Hashem is not prone to any emotional state. When Hashem came down at Migdal Bavel or came down at Har Sinai, there's no physical coming down. It's a Lashon B'nei Adam, so that you and I understand metaphorically, if you like, of what HaKadosh Baruch Hu is trying to help us understand when Hashem says he saw. Hashem doesn't have eyes to see, he sees without eyes. The point is the following. Comes along Rambam and tells us something phenomenal. When Hashem said, I regret having created man, and he wiped out the entire mankind, save one person who's the first and only tzaddik, who's actually labeled tzaddik in the Torah to that point, Noach and his family. So comes along the Torah and tells us something incredible. Hashem says that he actually, Nahamti asher asiti, I regret that I ever made man. In Perek Vav, in Parshas Bereishis. So when you regret something, what do? Beat yourself up, I regret it, it's terrible. What does Hashem do next? Well, look at Perek Zion and you'll see. He started the world again. Oh, so the whole point of Nechama, which translates usually as regret, or it can also translate as comfort, because both are true. The purpose of regret is not to live in my mistakes. The purpose of regret is to be part of the struggle and move on. Start again. Rebuild the world, start again with Noach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants parents to know that none of us were born perfect parents. It's just impossible. Our children are the ones who are raising us. And it's in the struggle of us being raised by our kids that we role model the struggle, not the perfection. Avraham Avinu messed up with Esav. Avraham Avinu messed up with Yishmael, and Yitzhak messed up with Esav. This is the Chazal. Look at the Medrash Rabbah in Parshas Shmos, and you'll see there. David HaMelech made a mistake with Avshalom and Adoniyahu. Chazal actually tell us that their fault as parents were they didn't discipline them enough, and so they had too much, in their mind, freedom to do what they wanted because they didn't get enough direction. They didn't get enough ad kan, until here, but not further. They need more red lines. Our children are okay when we are sincere about our struggle. They're not okay when I don't address that I'm wrong and I owe you an apology and move on. The bottom line is, never give up, start again. That is a great lesson for our kids. Hatzlacha Rabbah.